Don't you just get tired of feeling like everybody hacking because they ain't missing nan bullet? It's like for some reason they aim is just be working a bit too strong. You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you can completely take away somebody's aim in a gunfight, which is why I'm gonna share 4 of the best tricks you aren't gonna hear anywhere else when it comes to countering aim assist. At the end of the day, if them chargers can't even land bullets, how you expect them to win a gunfight against you? After watching today's video, you're gonna be ready to drop nukes on even Crimson players. The number one common mistake I see in a lot of players, including myself, is that when we see someone just pop up out the screen or just come around the corner real quick, the first response is just to aim in and start shooting. But if they happen to have a quicker sprint to fire or ADS than you, then they will win the gunfight, as long as they aim is good too. They can't just have trash aim now. But most times a person wins a gunfight because they shot first. But if you want to completely take control of a fight very quickly, I suggest the second you see someone pop up right in front of you, you slide in a horizontal angle. That means you slide cancel left or slide cancel right, because nothing y'all would do is slide cancel towards them. But this doesn't really throw off their aim because you're traveling in a straight line towards them, so it's very easy to hit them shots. But if you go off to the side, now they got to readjust and do all that stuff. This is gonna break someone's aim assist tremendously because it's so random. They're not gonna expect, okay, so when I see him, he gonna immediately slide off to the side and I'm gonna just adjust like this and I'm gonna kill him. They expect to see someone, aim in, shoot them before they can even react. But when you make it a habit of just moving instantly when someone pops up, they not even gonna know what's happening. Now this is not gonna always work in every gunfight. Everything is situational. Like for example, if someone is just sitting there pre-aiming and you try to slide off to the left, they might still kill you. But if y'all both running at each other and y'all both try and aim at the same time, then it's gonna work. You just have to spot when it's time to do it. This just comes with playing the game a lot. You're gonna start getting more situational awareness, be like, okay, so when this happens, I'm gonna do this. It kind of just become natural, no thought needed. But now you might be like, okay, so what if they are pre-aiming? What do I do now? That's where this next tip will come into play. You want to start drop shotting. Drop shotting is the best way you can move mid gunfight. People like to debate and say, oh, jump shotting is very good, but in this game, I don't think it's as good as it used to be. Because when you jump shot in this game, your gun just starts shaking all over the place. Like the iron sight and the sight period, it just start looking weird. You can't even aim properly like that. So I do not recommend jump shotting ever, unless you happen to be a really good player with really good aim. But the reason why drop shotting is so effective is because most times the average player aims from the abs and up. Like anyone with a 1 KD or higher is not going to be aiming down there at the legs. This works so good for great players, like really good players like Crimsons, because they mostly try and target the chest level. So if you drop shot real quickly, they don't have to do a lot of readjusting in order to hit you. And that's how I get them every time. The way your controller is set up is going to determine if it's easy or hard for you to even drop shot. On controller, playing tactical allows you to drop shot using your right stick instead of using circle or B, which is the default settings. If you want to change the tactical, all you gotta do is just go into the settings right here, go down to controller, you see edit button layout. You want to change this to tactical. I'm not gonna lie, man, this setting right here changed my life completely. See, I used to play Fortnite, and on Fortnite you crouch with the right joystick. So when I got on COD, I was like, I'm not finna crouch with B, I'm not finna drop shot with B. That means I gotta reach all the way over off the joystick in order just to do that. Like you can't, unless you play claw, that's the only way it can really work. But who trying to do all that? If you don't want to do that, you can also invest in back paddles or like a scuff controller. Any controller that has back paddles on it will help with this too. But the more budgetable way, just switch it in the settings. Now you don't want to drop shot on every kill because not every kill needs to be drop shotted. Like I was explaining earlier, you come around the corner, somebody just sitting there pre-aiming, that's when you kind of want to start drop shotting. So they can still shoot first, but that don't mean they're gonna win. Just like sliding sideways, you can also dive. That's something that also works, but I wouldn't recommend doing it a lot because diving can really mess up a lot of factors for you. Just like aiming, really hard to hit bullets when you're just flying through the air at Mach 2. But this ain't no aiming tips and tricks. So when you do dive, don't just dive like randomly. You want to dive into like some type of cover. This way, if they do happen to shoot you with a few bullets, those last bullets not gonna connect because I'm covering the way and they're gonna be just trying to hit you unless they wall bang you, which is very unlucky. But keep in mind, when you're on the ground after you drop shot, all the enemy has to do is just slide horizontally and it can throw your aim off too. Because remember, when you on the ground and you stationary like that, your rotational aim assist is not gonna be active or you're not gonna be strafing at all. So if they do happen to reset and catch you while you're on the floor, you're basically dead because they'll hit every bullet unless you already got them dead to rights. Just keep in mind that if they're a good player, they will move too. They will adapt to how you play. It all comes down to a game of just who can react faster, who can see the other player before they see them. Because if someone sees you before you see them, then you most likely in trouble. Which actually brings me to the next thing I want to talk about. A lot of y'all will actively catch a player staring dead at you, ready to just start shooting, and y'all will go and challenge them. But that is the incorrect way to do things. Tip number 3, you want to stop challenging an enemy who's already seen you. That means if you see someone just right there looking at at you, or if you see someone shooting at you, don't challenge them. They already got that first shot. They already ready. You might as well just run away and reset. This is something I had to learn on my own too, because I always wanted to challenge everybody because I feel like I could beat everybody, but then that's when I learned the hard way that that's not what it was. Like, here's a great example. When you peek out the top window on Nuketown, sometimes another player might be on the other side on top of the window, and they already pre-aiming right there, so they easily see you before you see them. That's when you notice them and you like, okay, I'm finna just take this fight. Next thing you know, they just beam you right off the window. But when I go top window and I look over there and I happen to see someone, I just instantly go behind the little wall right there to guard them from shooting me, unless they just get a lucky wall bang once again. But most time they don't happen because it's not that easy to wall bang that little window up top, or the little wall I should say, because that window up top, yeah, you getting wall banged through, that ain't gonna lie. But sometimes I know you might not even have a chance to react, because people like to use snipers, so the second you peek out, and that's when they just snipe you. It's the worst feeling ever. Like, I ain't even have time to do nothing. That wasn't even my fault, but yes it was. You died because, I don't know, there was something wrong. You just was not reading your map correctly, so you didn't know he was there. But if you are quick enough, you can still get away from that sniper. I've done it before. One thing I like to do when I see a sniper glare, I like to crouch, and that just easily make them miss most of the time because they mostly like to shoot from the abs and up. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna save that trick for a different video, which actually brings me to something else. This has nothing to do with the video. This is something I just want to talk to you guys about and recommend. I'm thinking about starting to do online coaching, which means y'all can have a one-on-one with me and I can turn you into possibly the best player COD has ever seen. And don't worry, it ain't even finna be that expensive. It's finna be like $5 to $7. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money. No, bro, you spent $70 on this Call of Duty game that, to be honest, is not even worth $70, and you can't even spend $5 to get good and actually have fun on it. Come on, that's a good investment. I'd even do it. And I'm gonna teach you things that I won't even say in YouTube videos. I'm gonna teach you a master class. I'm gonna go over your gameplays, tell you what you should do better, all types of stuff. But that's just a side note I wanted to bring to y'all and an idea I had. So let me know down in the comment section below if that's something you would be interested in, and I can bring it to y'all. But now back to the video. The last and final tip I have for y'all today, you want to use movement combos. Now, in one of my previous videos, I went over movement combos. It was actually my movement video. So if you haven't watched that, you might want to go check that out. I have a lot of stuff in there that I go over that's very, 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 very helpful. Now, what do I mean by movement combos exactly? This is where you put together a set of movements that allows you to be hard to hit. Like, here's a movement combo. If you jump and then slide, that's like you get like a lot of boost from that. And that easily breaks someone's aim assist. Just imagine jumping and sliding around the corner. You're not hitting them unless you that good. But even if you that good, the aim assist, the mechanic itself is very hard to keep up with it. It can't keep up with that type of speed, so it breaks the aim assist altogether. And that's the overall objective of what you want to do when trying to counter aim assist. Because the mechanic is not like, okay, it's always on. They can even be activating rotational aim assist. If you jump and slide boost around the corner like that, it will completely throw everything off. One thing I like to do, I like to slide cancel around the corner, and after I slide, I want to prone, so I just kind of slide prone. It's one movement. This throws them all the way off because they're so accustomed to someone slide canceling and then jumping, or slide canceling and then standing up. But when you slide cancel and you immediately on the floor, they're like, why he's still down there? And now next thing you know, they dead because they can't hit no bullets. If you want, you can get so crazy with this. There's at least like probably 50 different combinations you can do. Now think about it. If I jump, slide, prone, stand up, and then jump again, he's not hitting me. Under no circumstance am I getting hit like that. So that's kind of what you want to be doing. Just make sure you go check out that movement video I posted, because in there, bro, it's a lot of stuff that you can really learn. A lot of combinations. I have at least like 7 different combinations in there at the end of the video. So check that out if you're looking to become a great movement player. I'm gonna let you know right now, after you implement everything I just told you in this video, it's gonna be so hard to hit you, bro. Like, I don't think you understand how effective this video is. Like, I'm really out here giving y'all a free game. If I want, I could just open up a Patreon, $100 a session, but I ain't gonna do that because, you know, I wish someone was to spill out a free game like this when I first started. If you ever went against a good player that had good movement, you noticed that it was kind of hard to really aim and hit them. Like, the aim assist just didn't want to work, is because they were using some of these techniques in this video. They'd be slide canceling around corners, jump sliding around corners, and you just can't hit that. So that's how you gonna be if you apply everything I just told you. And think about it, if you cannot get hit, they cannot kill you unless they just that good at the game. I've seen even pro players struggle with people who had good movement like this. The thing is, if no one can hit you, then no one can kill you, and if no one can kill you, then you can drop nukes, you can win more ranked matches. This is really a cheat code. The main objective of Call of Duty is to kill and not get killed, but they can't even do that because they can't hit nothing. After I learned this stuff, man, I started questioning myself, am I reverse boosting? Because ain't nobody really killing me that much. The whole time it was just, I just got better at the game. That's all it was. This drastically increased my KD. I remember my KD was like a 1 KD when I first started back in Modern Warfare 2019. Next year after that, it was 1.5 on Cold War. Then I played Cold War for like 4 years straight. So then I got my KD up to like a 2.5 or 2 point something like that. All because I decided to use some of these tips in this video, because they don't just go for Black Ops 6. Some of them can actually be used for different games besides dive. And I couldn't dive back in Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019. By the time I was playing MW3, my KD was like almost a 3 KD, and it just kept going up every year, which is why I recommend you really take it serious and probably write that. You can write down the stuff I told you in this video. You can take notes. Ain't nothing wrong with taking notes. That way you can fixate it in your brain and start applying it to your own game. If you enjoyed this video, like the video, please. It's gonna push it out to a lot more players so we can start building this COD community back. Because when it start building back, it will start feeling like the old days back on BO3, BO4 times. I want you to comment down below anything you are interested in learning when it comes to Black Ops 6. You can comment down below your situation, like if you have a specific problem in the game and you want to ask the community or ask the fan base or ask me how you can fix it, because we all can learn from each other. I've even learned some things from y'all's comments, because I guarantee everyone watching this video right now knows something that someone else doesn't. So be free to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing daily Black Ops 6 tips and tricks videos. These are tips and tricks that you never heard nowhere else. Either these are secret things that people don't even talk about or don't even know. See, my last video I was talking about how you can increase your sprint to fire and shoot first. When have you ever seen another video like that? Exactly, you haven't. Instead of my main priority just getting views, I actually take time in building a community and helping people out, which is why you should subscribe, because anybody watching this video can get helped. I promise. I got a lot of different things beyond YouTube videos coming for y'all boys, so stay tuned. If you're interested in learning how to get the fastest sprint to fire and always shoot first in every gunfight, then click on this video right here.